Hello YouTube, welcome back. This is lesson number 3 of 5 of beginner trading, and whereby you're gonna be learning how to trade only from your phone. So all these videos, all these lessons are gonna be recorded straightly from my phone, and I'm gonna show you how to get started. 2 lessons already been up on my YouTube channel. Just subscribe, go to my videos and watch those 3 videos that are already been up. So today I'm gonna be looking at 3 things. As you can see, lesson number 3, it consists of candlestick patterns, movement patterns, and how to use the two. Remember, each and every lesson, it adds on to the previous lesson. So if you haven't watched lesson number 2, you can watch this one, but go back and watch lesson number 1 and number 2, like that. You understand? So let's just get on to it. Let's not waste any more of your time. So number 1, we're going to look at the candlestick patterns. What are candlestick patterns? These are the patterns that have been created by the market as it moves up and down. So it creates this what you call this, there's different types of candles, and they have their names. Their names are easy to get on YouTube, on Google. You can get all their names, but I'm only going to highlight the ones that I mostly use. Okay, so the first one that I always use, or the most popular one, is the engulfing candles. You see the bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing. What is that is, for example, if you can look here, I'm just going to highlight it for you right here. That is a bullish engulfing. Why? Because it's a bull candle, meaning it's going up, and it's engulfing this candle that is the previous candle. That's what they mean when they say the bullish engulfing. The bearish engulfing is just the opposite. Okay, I'm just going to try to find the bearish engulfing, if I can remove this. Okay, right here, the bearish engulfing. Perfect. Right here, this red candle right here, that is the bearish engulfing. Why? Because it engulfs its previous candle. It's bearish because it's pushing down, those are the bears, and then it's engulfing the previous candle. That's what we mean by the engulfing candles, meaning it's bigger, it's opening, it opened here, it's high, it's close right here, and then it's low. It engulfs everything of the previous candle. Okay, this is in the simple. I don't want to complicate it with the terminology and all that, but that's what they mean. The candle that engulfs everything of its previous candle. And if you can look also down here, I'm just gonna zoom so that you can see the bullish candle again here. This candle right here, that is the bullish candle. Can you tell me why? Yes, you got it right. It engulfs its previous candle, which is this one right here. Okay, that's what they mean when they talk about the engulfing candles. Okay, remember, everything that you learn here, you just learn the bullish engulfing, just learn the bearish engulfing. Those types of candle, they must happen on the support, it must happen on the dynamic support or dynamic resistance or resistant. Like they must, you cannot just trade them everywhere where you see them and say, okay, this is a bullish engulfing, I'm gonna buy. This is a bearish engulfing, I'm gonna sell. Those things, you combine them with what you've learned on the previous lessons, and then you make one solid decision in whether you're gonna sell or buy. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it's supposed to be. The other one that you're gonna hear people talk about a lot, I don't know if most people use it, is the inside candles. Okay, for example, right here, this candle right here, you see this, you can't say it's the bearish engulfing because it doesn't engulf the previous candle. Okay, but where am I highlighting it? It's an inside, it's a, what do you call this, I'm gonna call it a pattern, the inside pattern, the inside candle pattern, or whatever. I don't worry about the naming of these things. Don't get clinged into it. Just find what works for you, remember that name and use it. Okay, so for example, this candle right here, you see every candle that comes after it, it's inside of it. Like all these 3 candles are inside of it, so they call these candles inside candles. If it's just one candle, here, the first one, it's an inside candle. Why? Because it's in the inside the body and opening and the high and the low of the previous candle. Okay, it's inside of it. So also, how do you trade this? For example, if it happens like this and then you see this is inside the previous candle, this is what you do. You just highlight this. You can highlight in whichever way you want. You can put two lines here at the top and the bottom of this candle and then wait for the market to break. When it breaks like it did here, you put a stop loss below here and then you just buy it up. That's how you trade when it breaks. Okay, that is the inside candle, and that's how most of the time I trade it. Also, you can't just trade it everywhere. You need to see where it happens. It needs to happen on the support or the resistance or the dynamic support or any of those. You can't just trade it because you see it's an inside candle. It's in this instant that I just showed you here. You see it is on the previous support. So when it happens like this and it gives you the inside candle, you know most likely it's going to break to the top. And then when it's going to be your target, it's going to be on the previous high right here. That's where you're going to take your profit from. Okay, remember this is a 15 minutes time frame. You don't need to swing everything. You can just like day trade it, take a trade, take a trade, for example, in the morning on my side when the London opens, and then close it just before New York, or trade New York open, and then it's up to you, and it depends on the time where you are in the world when you're watching this video. So that is the inside candle. So now you've learned two types of candlestick patterns. Okay, you have engulfing candles, and then you have inside candles, and then all those things, they must work hand in hand with your support and resistance or your dynamic support and resistance. Okay, so now let me see what is next now on our thingy. We have the movement patterns. The movement pattern, I'm not going to go too deep into them because you have a bunch of free PDFs on the internet that most guys have compiled. They're absolutely free. You don't have to pay for any of them like this video. For example, you have a pattern like this. Let me just show you this. I don't want to be too advanced here. You have this low right here. Right here, you have this high. You have this high right here, and then you have this lower high right here, and then you have this higher high right here, and you have this lower high. Like you see, what it's doing is doing this. It's doing its zigzags. Okay, so most guys who trade these patterns, or most traders who trade this pattern, they will, for example, put a Fibonacci, and we will look at that. Sorry about that. We will look at that after. I'm so sorry about that. I'm getting calls now. Just give me a second. I apologize for that. You get the guys who trade, they say this one lower here is A, and this is B, and this is C, and this is D. Okay, what kind of pattern is that? They call it ABCD pattern. It's the one that looks like this. If you go on your Google, you'll see this type of pattern. This is the movement pattern. They have a lot of reasons why it will stop here and then shoot to the top. We'll get that when we go more advanced, but I'm just showing you this type of pattern that most traders trade, which is the most popular one. Even is the most popular one that I know. And then you're gonna have a lot of patterns that I'm not gonna dive too deep into them, like godly patterns, butterflies. It's a lot of them. You're gonna see those names if you go to. If I can, I'll link the link for the PDFs down below so that you can go check them out and read them for yourself. But don't try to take everything. Take whatever I'm giving you. It's absolute basics. You can get away and you can go very far with just doing what I'm showing you right here, with just this pattern, support and resistance, and be patient enough to wait for those patterns to transpire before you can take a trade. Okay, yeah, so let's see what else I have to do there. How to use these patterns, I already explained. Is when a candlestick pattern appear on your support or it appears on your resistance, and then you take a trade. You understand? And the other candles that you're gonna hear most people talk about is these candles, the pin bars. You can hear about pin bars mostly, and then you're gonna hear people talk about the candles like this, where they candle like this. They say that's not that one, the one before that, the green candle, this one. They'll say candle like that. You have a hammer. Also, those candles, they work the same way as the ones that I already showed you. You have candles like that. Maybe they say this is what do you call this, a moon star, something like that. Just know the patterns. Like, if you know the patterns, don't worry too much about what traders call, because you're gonna get so confused. Because most people, I'll say right now, I'm gonna get bashed on the comment section. They say this is a monster. They'll say no, it's not that, it's something else. I don't care about that. What I care about is when it appears and it is on a support or dynamic support and resistance, or the resistance, I'm gonna sell or I'm gonna buy when I see that pattern. Okay, that's what matters. It should give you entry and the exit. Okay, that's another thing. If you see a pattern like that, for example, let me just show you here. If you go right here where we spoke about the inside candle, let's say you are selling right here, and then you see this pattern happening here. That is your exit signal. You cannot just that's the good thing about this pattern. You can use them to enter, you can use them to exit. That's the nice thing. That is the nice thing about these patterns. So learn them, practice them, go on your charts and look for those things. I promise you. And then go to your demo and try to practice them and see if you are patient enough to wait for this pattern to show up, so that before you can take a trade. Okay, don't rush yourself. Remember, this is a journey. You don't have to make money right away. Just don't look at these Instagram guys who are making tons of money. Your time will come. Just focus on these basics, watch the previous lessons, and leave the comment below what you want me to cover and everything that you don't understand. I'll see you on the next lesson. Remember, the next lesson we're going to be talking a bit more advanced. What is how to use candlestick patterns with support and resistance. I think I already covered that a little bit. You have intro to Fibonacci levels and how to use Fibonacci levels with candlestick patterns. Because now the only thing that you know now is how to use candlestick patterns with support and resistance. So I'm going to show you how to get Fibonacci levels. And if you can also Google them. And then the the use is almost the same. You use the candlestick pattern when they happen on the Fibonacci levels. You either enter or you exit. Okay, and the final lesson that we're going to be looking at is trade using everything as one. We call that confluence. When they happen in one system, we'll create your own system. And then we summarize everything, and that will be all for me today. Peace, take care of yourself, and keep learning. Bye.